Hey y'all, this is Kim from Kim Dixon Creative. I'm here today with a project for Kendra's Card Challenge number 12. We're using some of the wonderful products from Artful and we're all showcasing those in our products today. This is a giveaway hop and you can win a digital giveaway prize from Cards by Kendra. When you finish the hop, fill out this form or the form that's going to be in the bottom of in my description box and to enter for the giveaway, and you need to do this by October the 28th. You can see today that I'm using sketch number 9 from Kendra's Card Challenge number 12. The only change I made in this sketch is I didn't use the little strip that is on the left side of the topmost rectangle there. I did not, after I put everything together, I didn't use it. Anyway, here we go. We're gonna, this is not gonna be a traditional Christmas colors, but I had something in mind that I wanted to do, and I'm gonna try it and see if it works. First, I'm gonna take the images that I colored and cut out, and I'm gonna use my Memento marker to go around the edges so that it covers up how badly I fussy cut. I'm not all that great at it. And so you use that Memento marker and kind of cover those up. So now I'm just going to take a piece of white cardstock that is cut to 8.5 by 4 1/4. That's not right. 8.5 by 5 1/2. I'm still asleep. Anyway, cardstock 8.5 by 5 1/2, and then I'm going to score it at 4 1/4, and then use my little bone folder there and crease down that fold. Y'all have to forgive me, it's been a week. So what I want to do is take this yellow glitter that's kind of ombre, and I want to see if it will emboss. I'm not sure if it will. So I'm going to see if it will emboss, and I put it in this little sun rays, and that's kind of what I had in mind, is, you know, just the light beaming from behind baby Jesus. And so that it worked perfectly. It worked exactly like I wanted it to. And so that's going to be where my images will sit. So that little embossing folder that I've had for probably 100 years worked perfectly. And it's hard to see the embossing on screen simply because of it's glitter, so that it kind of reflects and it's hard to see. So now it's just time to put the card together. I'm going to glue my pieces together, and I can't tell you where this cardstock came from. It's been in my stash again for probably 150 years, and I just thought it was pretty with the gold and the gray, and I wanted to have a white card base with my images being matted in black. And I did like the gold. And well, you also saw where I fumbled and dropped my pattern paper with the glue side down onto my black cardstock. Luckily this glue dries clear and I can wipe it off, but I thought that I liked that paper. It has just a little bit of gold foiling on it for it to be just a little shiny. I didn't want it to be ridiculous shiny. See, on the back side you can see that embossing a lot better. So I'm going to make sure that I glue this down well, since there are so many levels there, and just using my little precision glue there, and the pieces that I know that will touch the paper, my little back, my mat, I put a little extra glue just to make sure it's stuck. Sometimes if you have things that you've embossed that are really, really textured on the back, you can use like a double-sided sticky tape of some kind, whether it's, you know, foam tape or just flat tape. But I'm leery of using the tape just because I never get things on straight the first time. I have to move it around. So now all I'm going to do is glue my images down, and you can see my little shepherd boy. He is bigger than my little rectangle there, but that's okay. His little top of his head's going to hang off, and that's fine. It ends up looking just fine. And then baby Jesus is going to be in the middle, and then my little sheep. I'm going to glue my sheep and my shepherd boy are going to be glued straight down onto my little yellow, golden yellow paper there that I've embossed. They're going to glue straight down. Get him over on the other side, just where I want him. And then I'm going to get some foam circles and put on the back of baby Jesus because I want him elevated just a little bit. It only takes 2 of those. So I'm going to get the little baby Jesus popped up on some foam dots. I didn't think I got my backing off of that one, but I did. And again, I'm fumble fingers this morning. Get that just where I want it. And I think that turned out it turned out how I imagined it to be. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue everything down to my card base. My card base is an A2 top folding card base. You saw me you saw me score it. It was already cut. And I'm just going to figure out exactly how I want this to sit on my card front. Go ahead and get him glued down. Have you guys started making your Christmas cards yet? I haven't. This is the first one I've made. I typically make more Christmas during the summer, but this has been a busy summer for us, and so I've not done a whole lot of extra crafting this time. It is definitely something that I would love to take some time off work and do. Hoping that during the week of Thanksgiving that I can take a little time away and get some crafting done. That's my happy thing. But as you guys probably know, I have 4 grandchildren that keep us busy, and we both have regular day jobs, and that pays for our hobbies. So we have to tend to those first. Now, I think the front of that card turned out really, really nicely. So I think what we need to do is let's add a sentiment to the inside of our card. I have this one from my stash. It says, "Perfect love was born in a manger." And so I'm going to just stamp that on the inside of the card. I love this little sentiment. It's so sweet and so true. I'm just going to use my VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink and stamp that up right in the center there. Use my little homemade stamp press thing there. And I need to re-stamp that because I missed a spot. Thank God for the MISTI. And so that we can do that. I probably would not be a stamper if I did not have my stamp positioning tool, because I'm not all that great at it. Just what we call free range stamping. So, and now I'm going to bring a little bit of the outside of the card in, and I'm going to take just a little 1/2-inch strip of that gray cardstock with the gold and just put that down on the bottom of the card. Just going to take my long shears that I have and trim off those 2 ends. Sometimes I find it's easier in situations like this to go ahead and just adhere it to the card and then trim off the ends, because sometimes we may hit 5.5 a little generously or 5.5 not quite so generously, and it will show when you add that on there. So that's our card. I think it turned out really cute. These images are really, really precious. Don't judge me on my coloring. I'm not all that great at that. But I do think the card turned out just like I wanted it. Thanks for stopping by today. If you're not already a subscriber to my channel, I would be so honored if you would do so. And hit the little bell icon so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Until then, here are a couple of my videos from the past that might inspire you. Thanks again. Bye.